Hey everyone, welcome to Hot Wings. Today we're going to be asking Jalen Springfield a couple of questions about just his job, a little bit about his time at both UGA and as a software engineer, and we're going to eat some spicy wings. So, Jalen, you are a software engineering analyst at BlackRock, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey there, what you do on a regular basis?
Yeah, so in regards to my journey, I was a computer science major here at the University of Georgia. Absolutely have to say, go dogs. You know, we are leading this year like on a really high wave, so really proud to call this my alma mater. My junior year, I had on my Handshake account, which is kind of like our career fair app here at UGA, a notification from a recruiter from BlackRock talking about, hey, we have a founder scholarship program where you can win a merit-based scholarship as well as an internship. Are you interested in applying? And I'm like, I should have done this yesterday. So went ahead and applied, put out my resume on the Handshake platform. They reached back to me relatively quickly. It was like an accelerated interview process, and got an internship. Was able to get the internship for that next summer, and really fell in love with what I started doing there at BlackRock as a software engineer. They have a great rotational program, which I'm now in. So I just started my new team after my first 6 months, and I'm doing a lot of great things, mostly in Java Spring Boot applications, which is kind of like the bread and butter of BlackRock. So if you guys are like, I know learning software development and object-oriented programming in school here was very heavily based in Java, so it kind of fit right in to what I'm doing on the day-to-day. But there's absolutely a lot of avenues to look at and develop with new technologies.
For sure. That sounds awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Do we want to get started with the wings?
Let's go ahead and get started. So what's
Awesome.
this one?
So this one is Cholula hot sauce. This is going to be the
Okay.
least spicy, and of course we will make our way down to the bomb, which should be quite a time.
All right. So
All right.
go ahead, toast up.
Yes, sir.
See how this works. We usually have this at home.
Hmm.
I usually don't put this on my wings. I use Frank's Red Hot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it really does go on everything.
I am, yeah. Pretty unconventional application, but I like putting it on rice sometimes.
Mmm.
Really, really does some solid work there.
I need to start getting into cooking more.
Hmm.
Even after watching Hot Ones with especially Gordon Ramsay, like it gets you into that mode of like, hey, I need to get on the grill. I need to get on the the stove. Have some very good food cooking up for myself. So having my mom trying to teach me before I move out of the house for good, and just trying to have some new recipes, experiment a little bit.
Yeah, that is the same case for me. I could really use some practice cooking. Right now it's just ramen. And, Cholula and Frank's Red Hot goes perfect in ramen.
Okay, so I have to try that one out.
Hmm.
Have you tried Jinya over here? Really good ramen bar.
For sure. Yeah, big fan.
Mm-hmm. You
So-
get their tonkatsu?
Sorry?
The tonkatsu, it's more like a pork-based ramen. That's my favorite. It's like
I
a
need to give that a
spicy,
try.
spicy red. Yeah, definitely do that.
That is awesome. So, first big question I have for you. Why software engineering? What sort of led you into this space, into this industry? What appealed to you about computer science as a major?
That's a very good question. I would say I started very early on in the technology space, having interest in it. I played a lot of video games as a kid. The PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance Color, PSP. Like I was on it, at pretty much every hour of the day. And really just understanding how are these pixels and like how are these sounds coming out of this thing that I'm holding in my hand kind of got me interested in like how technology works, right? So it wasn't until high school where I got like my first formal exposure to it, like learning about what technology is in terms of a programming language. So I can write a line of code, like just typing words, and I can make it do something for me. So that first class that I took, I think it was freshman or sophomore year in high school, that really solidified like software engineering is for me. There's a lot of things that you can do with it, and it's kind of like being able to mold that idea you have in your head into an app, into a workflow, like an automation, just like that, like on your phone, anywhere, like really appealed to me. So that's kind of like my inflow into software engineering.
That is really awesome. The amount of people that go from video games to like development
Yeah.
is just so cool. And I know that's how I got my start too. My parents told me I wasn't, allowed to play shooter video games.
Yeah, my
And
mom
so,
was the same way.
yeah. And so I decided, why not just boot up Unity and try and make my own?
Make your own, absolutely.
Pretty garbage game, but it was a really interesting start into the whole CS and software engineering space.
Yeah. Do you still have like your old games, kind of like on your laptop, just sitting there? You kind of touch them, play them a little bit.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I have a few there. I don't really open them anymore. They
Yeah, I feel
were looking back, they're just not that good. But at the time, it's just
Yeah.
such awesome stuff.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys heard of Scratch, but like I got started with Scratch, and like it's insane what people can do with like what's supposed to be a Lego building block to code, software engineering, more like just code scripting, but it's really fun seeing what you can build with software.
For sure. It's really cool that you got your start in high school too. I know a lot of people, they just interact with computer science through video games, and then only in college they discover that sort of passion.
Right.
So just sort of on that same note, when you were developing in high school, what was sort of the thing that really made computer science stick and sort of the reason you chose it as a major going forward? Was there any particular thing?
I would say it was my teacher who I had pretty much all 4 years that was teaching like different parts of object-oriented programming. It was Miss Manahan, Miss Suzanne Manahan. So shout out to you, Miss Manahan. You kind of you definitely made an impact on me getting into where I am today. She has a very, very good way of explaining things to you, and if you have any questions, like the way she can answer your question just kind of makes it click. Like, hey, I didn't even think about it that way before, but it makes so much sense now. So she definitely had an impact on that. In addition to that, I feel it again is just that whole area of being able to build something, from scratch. Like, you just experiment, and if something doesn't work right, there's like a 99% chance that you can get it working. You just haven't, found that YouTube video, 5 minutes into an 18-minute video on like, okay, this is what you need to do instead to get your program working.
That is awesome. I think that perfectly encapsulates exactly why I love CS2, right? Just being able to build something from scratch and being able to say, this is my own thing and I made this. That is just truly an awesome experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So you ready for our second one?
Yeah, let's do this. So this is Queen Majesty, Scotch Bonnet, and Ginger Hot Sauce. This should be an interesting time.
Yeah, we getting very esoteric with the names here.
100%.
Interesting flavor. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. It's a little bit on the sour side, like Cholula.
It's reminding me of like, it almost tastes like turkey, just a little bit. That's pretty good. I don't know if you've tried, the next time we do this, we have to get like the actual Hot Ones made hot sauces. But I know these ones right here are gonna do some work to us.
Oh, 100%. I've seen Alex and a lot of the other organizers doing some of the other Hot Ones challenges.
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, how did they fare?
Well, I will say that Alex was supposed to come in this morning at 9 a.m. He ended up getting here closer to noon, and I think that was in part because of some of the hot sauces that we have here.
What did I sign myself up for?
That
So what you're saying is, me skipping breakfast and this being the first thing I ate for the day is
you're in for a rough time tomorrow.
Yeah, interesting choice. And I drove here, so it's about an hour drive back.
Might be best for you to stay in Athens for a
Yeah,
little
stay
bit.
in Athens for an extra day. It's a home away from home anyway, right?
So you actually segued us pretty perfectly into our second question.
Okay.
When you talked about video games a little. So we were talking to some of your coworkers, and they mentioned you're a pretty big gamer.
Yeah.
Is there a particular game that you're playing right now that you're super into?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, I'm super typical, like Call of Duty, Apex, like the fast-paced first-person shooters. But there is one on Steam, and it's more of a partner-based game. You're solving puzzles, and I'm forgetting the name. But me and my best friend from high school, we kind of reconnected based off of playing that game over on Steam. And it's like, I know there's different games kind of There's that space game. I can't remember the name to it, but if you can.
Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time? I know that's...
It might be, but it's
okay.
a puzzle-based game, and it's like you're running against the clock, and you have to say, like, they can't see what you see.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And so you're explaining, like, okay, you got to turn this red knob that looks like a hexagon, like 6 times counterclockwise. And they're like, okay, what? Yeah, you know, that one's pretty easy, but you have to start explaining things that you really have to, it's almost like charades, almost, that you're trying to explain, like, okay, we have to get out of this area, move on to the next one. We only have like 30 seconds to do it. So that's a good game that I've been on recently. But on a casual basis, like Modern Warfare, like I love playing zombies.
Awesome.
I've been playing zombies. That's kind of the game that made my mom like, or the one she walked in on me on playing, and she's like, yeah, you can't play this because it's gonna ruin you. But I've been playing it since I was like 10 years old, like World at War. Played all the Black Ops. Cold War, I gotta say Cold War, it kind of took a dip in the quality, but I'm a huge like zombies fan, so I play that now and again.
That is awesome. What is your console of choice?
Ooh, right now I'm actually playing on PC.
Okay.
So I went from a PS3, that's what I started on, the Fat Boy one,
right.
And switched over to Xbox One. I'm not sure why I didn't go for the PS4, because like everybody in my freshman dorm had like PS4. We were playing like Naruto Shippuden. I couldn't play with anybody, so I had to walk up there and play with them. But Xbox for a couple years, and then built my own PC 2 summers ago. So I had all the parts together before like all the crypto mining stuff kind of, and all the the shortages stuff, took all the prices by storm. So pretty lucky to have that working out for me.
That is awesome. I don't play a ton of games anymore, but when I did, PC gaming, definitely superior in my opinion.
There is no question about it. You have 100%. The console wars, and then like PC players are like looking down and saying like, amateurs.
Yeah, what's the point in having only a console that does just this one thing? It's so much cooler, in my opinion, to build your own PC.
Yeah, but it is like for everyone. Like if you have an interest in playing like those story-based games, like PlayStation definitely has you. Like Little Big Planet, I played that all the time on PS3, and I'm waiting for like the new update to it that I think they're releasing it, or that it's already released. But again, I'm only on PC, so I'm not too in tune with like the console updates.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
What do you think is the game that you have the most logged hours in?
It would be Call of Duty for zombies.
Right.
Because you can like do mods on it. You can install like modded maps and do like different mods on it. So like it's like truly like it comes full circle, like starting with the games, continuing with the games. Yeah, it's a really good experience. Like, and you can play with other people who have the mod installed and have a good time. Just kicking back and talking trash to each other. Like, you down so early? Like, I'm not picking you back up. Like, revive me, bro. I have the ray gun.
Right.
Like, come on. So yeah, so it's real fun. That would be my top game of choice.
That is awesome.
By hours.
Yeah, definitely has the nostalgia factor too.
Absolutely.
Awesome. You ready for this third wing?
Let's do it. I'm actually feeling really good. I was super nervous for this. I was nervous for my presentation, but I was more nervous for this because I'm like, okay, this right here is gonna do something. But I'm feeling pretty good.
This will do some damage, yeah.
All right. And what's the name of this one?
This one is Hotheads.
Hotheads?
Yeah. They say this is roasted bell and scorpion.
That's interesting. They do have like where you can eat scorpion at some places. Have y'all ever had anything like that where you just eat an animal that you thought like, okay, we shouldn't be eating this before?
A fair bit of octopus and frog, never lobster.
Okay.
Sorry, never scorpion. Scorpion would be really cool.
How does frog taste?
Frog is pretty good. It tastes like chicken.
Tastes like
by
chicken?
default, everything tastes like chicken.
That's what I told my brother when we had alligator. We went to this very nice restaurant. He was eating it all. I mean, like chicken wings, chicken tenders. And we were telling him, like, yo, you're eating alligator. You really like alligator. And it looked like he was about to do a double take after telling him. He's like, you got me eating like these trash, like water cockroaches. I'm like, no, man. This is true to form, like southern dish right here. And I can feel the heat.
Yeah, that heat is there.
But it's sweet, too. Hattie B's. You ever been over there?
I have not, no.
It's so good. Definitely go to the original location in Nashville. And if you're feeling up to it, do anything above mild. And come out with a t-shirt. That sure is I survived.
For sure. No, we recently had Scoville open up here in Athens. Have you been?
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see it.
Yeah.
I haven't been yet.
You should definitely check it out.
Okay.
Certainly, probably not at the level of Hattie B's, but
Mm-hmm.
they do have some solid chicken.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, this is
Have-
getting pretty spicy for me.
And you've tried it?
I have, yeah. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, I say just go for their top level of spice if you're looking
just
for a
go
good
full
experience.
sim?
100%.
Okay, got you. All right. All right. It's getting there.
Yeah, I have 100% caved on that milk.
I'm trying to like keep it because it's kind of an internal joke. Like you try not to be the first one to get to the milk. But
I
whew.
failed at that 100%.
All right. All
So,
right.
next big question I have for you.
Yes.
You mentioned at the very beginning,
Mhm.
lots of Java, lots of Spring Boot.
Yes.
Do you work with any other languages? What's your favorite language to work with?
Yes. I have worked with Python. That was during my internship. We have a certain technology called Aladdin Data Studio.
Mm-hmm.
That is for our data scientists within BlackRock as well as for our clients. And you're able to build data visualizations, data models using NumPy, Pandas,
Okay.
all within an environment that can spin up and tear down in a matter of like seconds using Kubernetes. So it is a really good technology to work with. For me, myself, I like Python because it's very like you can use scripting and you can also use like very,
You ready
very...
for that one already?
Oh, no. I was just looking at it. I was like, looking at the flavor. It kind of looks irradiated.
It
But,
does. You scared me. You picked it up, and I was like, I'm not ready for that one yet.
Man, no. But yeah, Python, Java would definitely be the top because I have the most experience with it. Python is a very close second. Swift, I had a project working with Swift iOS development. I'm really, really interested in getting some experience on mobile. At one point in time, I was thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna make the next big like Facebook, you know. So I took a course. There's a really good organization called Code Academy, and they walk you through a multi-week session where you're like building Swift native applications. You get to demo them. You go through the full cycle of like designing, wireframing, and doing the whole nine with it. So Java, Python, and Swift would be like my top three.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Python is an interesting one. My friends know me based purely off my hatred for Python.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Well, two things. One is the lack of like a type safety, right?
Right.
That confuses me. And the second is just the speed of it. But I guess what attracts you to Python? Why do you prefer it over a lot of other languages?
I would say because it's kind of like that natural next step to a lot of software engineers or computer science majors. You start off with what's not easy, but what's simple to understand. And Python kind of has that pseudocode format to it. So it's very easy to, build, your rudimentary for loops. You could do your if else nested statements, and then get onto more complicated levels without having that big, without having a big jump in like a learning curve for it. I just know for me, Java and the way that it is, this is really messing with my voice. And Java, in the way that it's set up, in the way that you can use it and be able to extend it with the different libraries. I mean, and I know it's antiquated because Java is like legacy now, but I really do have an appreciation for Java.
That's awesome. What's your least favorite programming language?
I would say Perl.
Perl. Okay,
Perl.
why?
Because I have the least experience and I had to like work with it. So when you have that two sides where like I don't know what I'm doing, I gotta research, and it's very it's kind of different than what I knew. I would say it's my least, but it's not like I have like any disdain for any languages. It might be like, oh man, I gotta figure out how this works. Like why can't I just use Java or Python? You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that's all with the least favorite.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you ready for this? Ready for this fourth one?
Yeah, I had a little trouble, a little hurdle with that one. So
Oh, dude,
I got through
so
it.
much trouble.
I'm feeling good. Like I got a second wind. So let's go ahead and dig in.
All right.
Okay, this one has a good flavor. What's this one?
This one is hot Thai green hot sauce.
I was to start using that. This one's actually like good flavor-wise.
That one is really good. And I might eat these words in a second, but it's not quite as spicy as the other one.
It might be like Hattie B's where it's a slow burn.
Very true.
Hit you when you least expect it.
Yeah, this one just tastes great.
Yeah. These are well-cooked wings. You guys make them? Or you got them ordered some of the wing places up here that we have?
We got them from the one and only Walmart.
One and only Walmart? All right,
One
let's
and only
go.
indeed.
How do you feel about the Five Guys? I don't know if y'all were here when the Five Guys was still downtown, but it's now
yeah.
a Chick-fil-A. Would you prefer the Five Guys or the
Oh,
Chick-fil-A?
absolutely. 100% of the time.
Same
Chick-fil-A
here.
is great, but nothing beats the Five Guys fries.
Exactly. And I'm a Chick-fil-A nut. I'm talking like, I have some colleagues who absolutely do not like Chick-fil-A, and I just have to turn off my ears. Like, it goes through one and out the other. But yeah, I did not like that Chick-fil-A kind of moved into where the absolute goodness gracious of those Five Guys Cajun fries used to be. So not bad. This was kind of like a smooth comedic break.
Yeah,
And,
this is almost taunting us for, I think, the very last one.
I hope that's not on purpose, because now I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, me too. I know. This array of hot sauces was chosen by someone much better at choosing hot sauce than I am.
Okay.
And I feel like this might also just be some sort of joke before we get to the bomb.
Yeah, thebomb.com.
So, one other question that I had for you. I heard that you're really into cars.
Yes.
Thoughts on favorite cars? What are your thoughts on like
Okay.
best brands of car to buy?
Okay. Good questions. Lexus.
Okay.
Lexus. Usually Miata is always the answer. And if you can like spell it out, it's like Miata. Miata is always the answer. That is
Amazing.
Yeah, that's usually like the running joke among car guys. But definitely Lexus. I drive a ES350, which is like grandpa's car, figuratively, kind of literally, but figuratively. And just having, I don't know what about it kind of appeals to me, but the reliability from Toyota is like a really big driving factor. Two, they have like a host of performance cars. If you guys ever heard an LFA,
What's
will that is like their hypercar. That is their flagship to a flagship car. The LFA was only producing, I think, 500 models globally, or it's either under 1,000 or 500.
Gotcha.
So if you want one, like you have to know a guy personally to be able to get one. They retailed at like I think like $400,000 to $500,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
If you have one, you're probably getting like close to $600,000, $800,000 due to like the whole chip shortage and all the car prices driving up. But
Right.
definitely Lexus is my that's my car gang. I'm actually going to a performance driving school where I get to drive the LC 500,
Okay.
which is like their performance coupe. I drive that on the Atlanta Michelin track over down in towards Columbus, and the IS 500, which is their sedan. They're all V8s. So if y'all know what a V8 sounds like, it's that real big growl, American growl. So got that in the sedan format, and then they have a skid pad where you can start drifting in the
Cool.
RCF. So it'll be a very fun day where I get to drive like the three best cars from like the best company in my eyes on the planet. So
That sounds really dope. We actually heard that you were getting your certification, your license to be a driver. Is that?
Oh yeah. So they absolutely have an opportunity to do that. You can get certified to drive on a track like without an instructor being either next to you or like leading the pack.
Gotcha.
So I was looking into that, and probably not at the moment. Would I be like going to different tracking events to be able to log times and do learning sessions, but it's definitely on the radar in the short term. So like within the next year or two.
Gotcha.
Because then what you can do is like you can just see what different events are coming up in the schedule, sign up for them, drive yourself, get a trail. Well, I don't have a trailer for my own car, but you can rent a car and have it towed to the event and just drive it on the track all day. And it's just you and like pavement, all day. So that's something that I'm really, really looking forward to.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it definitely is.
So switching gears, pun kind of intended.
Okay.
I'm actually in the market for a car right now, but
All right.
luxury cars probably not within my budget. What
Right.
would you recommend?
All right, so as of right now, it's kind of a mulligan in terms of pricing, like what to get, because everything is inflated, right? But if you're looking for something to just tow around, like have usable space for people and storage, a nice Toyota Camry, because it's kind of like the same platform as the car I drive. It's just more usable. It's Toyota. Gives you a lot more of the rugged materials for you to carry around stuff in. If you're looking for something a little bit more sporty, Miatas. You would think Miatas, with the way they look,
Mhm.
are like some $50,000-$60,000 cars, but they start at like 20,000.
Okay.
So they're very small though. So that's like a weekend car where if you want to curve up some mountain curves,
Mhm.
in the little Miata, they're very small cars and they're very good in the sense that you can drive them fast, but they're like very slow, but you can drive them fast. Miata for your weekend car, Toyota Camry for your everyday car. If you're looking to get up into some devious behavior, you can do a V8 in any form or package. I would say my favorite car that uses a V8 right now, it would be the LC, but that's super luxury. Ooh, that's a hard one. I like Dodges.
Dodges,
So, yeah,
okay.
so if you get a Dodge, it's very like wide body. It's
Mhm.
kind of hard to see out of, so you're really just driving it to like be a menace on the road. So a Dodge Challenger, you could do I mean, Jeep Trackhawks. I'm getting to all these like, okay, should I get this car, this car? But back to reality, Dodge Challenger, Toyota Camry, and Miata, Indy Miata. That's their newest model. For
That
the
sounds
weekend
awesome.
car.
To be honest, I've never even heard of a Miata, but I'll definitely
Yes,
have to
definitely
check it out.
do that.
Yeah.
They're very cute because they used to have the pop-up headlights,
Oh, cool.
and their grill kind of looks like a smile. So they're like very kind of like cute cars, but you can drive them fast and like have a ton of fun in them.
That is awesome.
So yeah,
That's
I'm
really cool.
actually trying to learn how to drive manual sometime. I haven't learned it yet, but you can definitely get Miatas in a manual.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is something that I also cannot do. Honestly, I can barely drive at this point, but
It just takes time.
yeah, there's just something super, super awesome about being on the road, even just, at this point where I'm in the driving phase. So
Yeah.
hopefully, one day I can pick myself up a Miata.
Absolutely, man. I'll wait for it. I'll be waiting for those pictures on Instagram because once you get it, you will not stop posting about it.
For
I
sure.
guarantee it.
All right, you ready for this big one?
The Mad Bomb, La Bamba.
Let's do it. You want to do one final dab?
One final dab. We're doing
Yeah.
that.
I'm
I'm
down
getting
if you
some
are.
no's, but let's do it.
All right, let's
We
do
gotta
it.
go out.
You go
we
first.
gotta go
You
out
got this.
extremely well today. Yeah, let's get this right on. Oh my gosh. Let me shake it up first. You gotta shake it up a bit. Ooh, you can feel it
I can smell it from here.
radiating. Oh my gosh.
That is a lot. That's a fair bit.
I don't know if it picks up, but it's quite a lot. It's quite a dab, if I say so myself.
It is quite a dab. Now I feel like I gotta match you on that.
Definitely match me, dude.
Oof. Oh man. All right.
You gotta breathe in like your last normal breaths for like the next 24 hours, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let's do it, man. Full send. You get it down as soon as you can. It's the less time you gotta think about it.
100%.
3,
Ready?
2, 1. Let's do it. All right. Not a bad flavor.
It's got some good taste.
All right. It's coming up just a little bit. Ooh. All right. I'm definitely eating this whole wing. Don't y'all worry about it. Right to the bone. Give me that skin. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No, I'm still doing pretty good.
I'm not.
I'm doing pretty good. Wow. There it is. Head rush.
Oh my god.
That's a good one, y'all. All right. You feeling it?
So bad. Oh wow.
Mental.
I'm crying.
All right. That is insane. That is insane.
Oh, that was a horrible idea.
I wonder, from your previous experience, just about how long does this last? I got one tier.
Probably a half hour, I hope.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Oh my, there it is. That is a bomb of a wing. Careful.
Ah, I was not ready for that.
full disclosure, I used to hate milk. I still don't like drinking milk. But by the end of this session, there is going to be like no milk within a 2-mile radius of this building. Wow. Whew.
Oh. Sure the cameras are loving this.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so.
Yo. But go ahead.
I need a sec for this question.
Absolutely. You know, the more time, the better. I'm taking the scenic route on this one. Thanks, bro. Ooh, man.
Can we get some more?
That's in the throat.
Oh.
Whew. It's almost over for me. It's kind of settling down. I want to stop talking. It's bringing it back up. Zen. I'm in a different mindset right now. Everything is so clear.
I can hear colors.
Exactly. I don't even need my contacts anymore. Whew.
All right, last question.
Hit me.
As a recent UGA grad, if you had any advice to our hackers and to UGA students as a whole,
Yes.
what would it be and why?
Ruminating while I'm drinking some milk.
Take some time. That question was hard to get out.
My fellow dog students, I would say that the main takeaway from my academic experience here at this great university is to put in your best effort in whatever you do, whether that's making sure you're keeping in touch with your professor on a personal level. Sorry, this is kind of like, or whenever you're making a project, think about how can you make it just a little bit better in the sense of making the project easier to use, easier to maintain. Like if someone was to pick up your project and start adding features, can they do that more easily? Oh, yeah, thanks for the refill.
And top me up too. Thank you.
It kind of feels like you get punched in the mouth now. Always putting your best foot forward and wherever you are, however you present yourself, and whatever you do, because that, that has a far impact on who sees it and how they view you. You know, when you do that, you have a lot more opportunities to get tapped for things that you wouldn't even think was possible. And I feel like I'm like standing in front of your, you know, commencement right now speaking, but definitely putting your best foot forward, putting your A game at anything and everything, you know. I would say is my main takeaway, my main advice. And being at UGA is a very, very, very good advantage and privilege, and use that privilege, take advantage of it. The people, the resources. There are some things that we could do better as a university, but we do have a really, really good system in place. So definitely reach out. Your friend group, your friend knows someone who knows someone. The career advisors know someone. Your professors know someone. So it's just people. Like, we're a connected world. You gotta stay connected and keep your best foot forward. So off my soapbox and drinking out the milk crate right now.
Oh.
How's it for you? Is it starting to come down?
At some point, I must have taken off my glasses because I can't see anymore.
I didn't even notice you did that.
I don't know when I took my glasses off.
Are you seeing clearly? Like, can you see the rainbow now?
can see the entire universe right now.
That's awesome.
Oh, Jalen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
This
Your
is
advice
great.
was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and just like taking time for yourself, you don't have to be, on 100% every day, every waking moment. Always takes time for yourself. Whatever that is for you, meditation, just relaxing, whatever you do that makes you in your happy place. Definitely take time to do that as well.
For sure. Jalen Springfield, Software Engineering Analyst at BlackRock and UGA alumni.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Woo! Man, it's kind of like kissing a porcupine or getting bit by fire ants.
I did not want you to put the extra down.